What's up, everybody? It's Echo here with Mike Z, Zymont, project lead of Skullgirls, getting our hands on their newest character, Valentine, the ninja nurse. What is Skullgirls all about? I mean, I know it's like pretty much girls with like skull abilities or whatnot.
It's called Skullgirls because there's this artifact that's been around for thousands of years called the Skull Heart, which every 7 years grants whichever woman owns it a wish. And if her heart is pure, then the wish is granted. If her heart is impure, then the wish is twisted like monkey paw style.
Oh, okay.
So everyone in the game is searching for the Skull Heart for various reasons.
I see.
That's kind of why it's called that. It's kind of funny because the first two characters we made had things on their heads that they fought with, so everybody was like, oh yeah, it's totally about girls that fight with their heads. Well, that makes some sense, but that's not how that actually works out.
So it is going to be downloadable, is what you guys saying?
Yes, it is both PSN and Xbox 360
Okay.
live arcade.
So what are you guys jumping into right now? Just versus match or?
Yep, we're gonna do a short walkthrough for Valentine because she hasn't really gotten much exposure from us yet.
Awesome.
And she's finally complete, so that'll work nicely.
Kind of got the Marvel setup when it's three versus three, or you guys can. It looks like you guys can choose. Oh,
yep.
That's awesome.
If you pick one character, then they're super powerful. They have lots of extra life and do lots of extra damage, but you don't get assists or anything because it's not in a row. It's all at once. If you pick two, then you obviously have slightly more powerful, but you sacrifice one of your assists. And if you pick three, then you get all three. So it's kind of like Marvel Cross CVS 2.
Right. So you guys are setting up like for your assists, you can do like actual manual moves?
Yep, yeah. So if I pick Sarabella, then I have two choices for default assists, like Marvel does. But then the third one is custom, which is, see, I'm moving the joystick around, literally whatever I do. So if I really wanted to, I could do like stand light punch, or I could do throw, or I can do dash, or I can do command throw, which is what I actually want from her in this case. So pretty much any special move, any normal move, anything available to your character on the ground. No supers, no jumping moves, because supers were broken and jumping moves are very difficult to do on this.
You gotta level it out somehow. So you guys been in any type of competitions or anything like that to, I mean, how did you guys like just come up to the ideas like, you know, let's make this fighting game? Do you guys fighting game fans before or?
I'm a fighting game fan. I've been playing since Super Turbo.
Yeah.
And Alex, the guy who does the art, that's a terrible description of him, but okay. Was making characters since like 1999.
Oh, really?
And I was actually working on a fighting game engine in my spare time since then. We didn't meet until 2008. Like, I was playing Guilty Gear with some people, and I showed one of them the engine that I was working on with Chun-Li and Ken in it. And he turned to me and he said, I have this other guy that's doing basically the other half of a fighting game. You should talk to him.
That's beautiful.
And we went from there.
That's nice.
Oh, we should totally put it in training mode. I keep forgetting to do that. Ta-da. Now we're in training mode.
So you can switch on the fly too?
Yep, that's staying in the final product too. So there'll be two different versions of it. There's training mode, which is like you go into training mode from the menu, and you get all the options for like setting up health and damage and stuff. And there's this, which is in versus mode. You can turn on and off infinite life and meter.
Oh, that's so cool.
In case you just want to mess around, because that's something that we had as a debug feature for the whole time, and pretty much everywhere we took it to, like we brought it to every major tournament since we started working on it. People were like, this is awesome, you should really keep this in the final product, so we are.
Yeah, most definitely, because I mean, it looks like you guys are actually paying attention more to the fighting game community, and that's like one of the more detailed type stuff that I actually look for when everybody hates like, you know, backing all the way out to go to the menu and setting up all your training options and button selects and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool that you guys can just switch down the fly in the middle of a match.
Yep, and actually we have another nice feature, which is the hit stun bars you can see.
Okay, yeah.
Right, so whenever you make contact, it shows you how much hit stun is remaining. It's not a completely original idea. Eternal Fighter Zero had this for air combos, like when you could tech, but it's really useful, so we're doing it. It also works for block stun, so like block. Right, you can see how much block stun he has left. And actually it's cool because in this game, if you push block, it cuts off half of your block stun. So you can actually like see the block stun get smaller.
Awesome.
As he push blocks, which is, it's neat for training purposes. But yeah, all of the art is drawn at twice the resolution of the screen. So it's displayed at half size, so we get nice anti-aliasing from it.
Awesome.
And everybody's palletized, but we found this really cool way around having to do like giant areas of one color. You know, like normally when it's palletized art, you have like a highlight, a midtone, and a shadow for each color. So you get big areas of like flat color.
Oh yeah, most definitely, yeah.
We found a way around that, so we can actually blend together the colors in the palette. So that's how you get like the shading on her legs or her other bits that I'm not supposed to talk about. Even though like Philia starts out as I think 22 colors, but when she's rendered on the screen, it's like 500 and something.
Oh really?
So we can get nice painted looks out of being able to change colors on the fly, which is really nice. And we also have the real-time lighting, right? Like this is a first for 2D games. They're actually lit. So if I take you over here, then right. Versus over there. They basically have normal maps, and like everything, including all the hit sparks, has lights in them. It's actually kind of hard to see on this stage.
Well, yeah, I was actually thinking that. I was like, well, how did they get real-time lighting if it's a 2D fighting game? I mean, those aren't 3D models, are they?
Nope. In fact, we don't even do what most companies do now, which is do everything in 3D and then sprite over the top of it.
Oh yeah.
This is all 2D from the beginning.
Awesome.
It starts as a drawing on a virtual piece of paper.
Awesome. That's nice to know.
So as far as Valentine herself goes, she's been available at a couple of tournaments so far, but she was totally incomplete at all of them.
Okay.
Like she didn't have tag in and out animations and all that stuff. She finally does. May as well do that.
Awesome.
Time to operate.
Yeah, so her tag in actually goes however far the opponent is, up to like 3/4 of the screen, so it's not gonna hit from here. But, move out a little. Right?
Let's take a look.
So it stops wherever they are.
Okay.
It can actually cross up if they're rushing you down in the corner, which is kind of neat. Come on over here.
Time to operate.
See?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so we try actually for everybody's tag to be completely different from everyone else's, right? Like Philia comes in standard Marvel style, Sarabella comes in from the top, Valentine comes in differently.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, Painwheel's tag in is a throw,
Right up.
Parasol comes in on, not Parasol, I should have looked. But yeah, Peacock comes in from underneath.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so even though it's like a standard setup, we're trying to do as much as we can to make everything different.
Awesome.
You also do have assists. I guess we went through that with the custom assists, but since it's a 6-button game, assist isn't a separate button. It's any diagonal, so like lightning attack or drill claw used to be. So any of the middle or of the light and medium combinations is assist 1, and medium and hard is assist 2.
Is it just like Ultimate? You have to get rid of pretty much all 3 of your characters in order to win a match?
Yes, you have to lose everybody in order to lose. So you do have red health, right? As I do damage, she gets some of her life as red. And then when you tag and you're off screen, you'll heal that back up.
Awesome.
As standard.
Okay, cool.
If I snap her in,
Don't go too far.
obviously she loses all of it. Oh yeah, as long as I'm pausing the game. So one of the other things that we added in deference to the fact that we play in tournaments all the time is if you want to pause the game, you actually have to hold down start for 15
Oh, so
frames.
nobody gets disqualified
Right,
during
so if
tournaments?
I just tap it, see, you get the little thing on the screen, but that's it. So if you're mashing buttons and starts on top or whatever, you don't accidentally pause it.
Were you guys trying for this to be a part of like EVO or any like major type tournaments?
I'm hoping. I mean, we did. I'll go through some of the other stuff that we've done to make it a refinement of fighting games. But the basic idea is this is for the people who play it seriously.
Right.
As much as possible.
I can definitely see that.
And also, when you're in training mode, you don't have to hold down start.
Oh, okay.
So it's only for when you actually would need that to be a feature.